You're listening to the Confidence Coach Podcast, episode 83. Are you terrified of going live? Welcome back to the Confidence Coach Podcast. I'm your host, Sasha Davis, and today I want to talk a little bit about going live on social media, overcoming that fear, gaining confidence, public speaking, and we'll just kind of see where this conversation goes. So first, I want to ask you, have you thought about going live on social media? If you run any type of business, you're probably like, yep, I thought about it. And you're thinking, the only time I ever go live is when I promote something, or the only time I go live, I want to shit my pants because I'm terrified. And so I want to tell you that it's okay to want to shit your pants. Because I about shit my pants the very first time I went live. I actually just went live in my free group, the Badass Village. I'll put the link in the show notes if you want to join that group. And I think I'm actually going to make it a point to go live in there weekly. I used to do that and I kind of fell off that bandwagon. So guilty. I just need to start going live a little bit more often. I used to do it almost daily. And with the retreat and the conference, I haven't done it as much. So I am calling myself out on my own bullshit, and I'm going to start going live. You guys are going to see me live a lot more. But I want to tell you about the very first couple of times that I went live because I was terrified and I really got caught up in the perfectionism of everything. I thought, oh, I have to have the perfect lighting. I have to have the perfect outfit. My makeup and hair and everything needs to be done. And I have to know exactly what I'm going to say, and I'm not going to stutter. And I don't know why I'm all of a sudden talking like a valley girl, but that was all the things that were going on in my head. It was stupid. It's stupid to think about it now. I just went live. I think I have eyeliner on. My hair is up in a ponytail. I have just a regular, I don't know. I'm just at home, like in workout clothes. Like it's nothing fancy. This is just my life. It's, I'm a human. It's okay to be human. But what I did, I was in this group, this mastery group, and this was a few years ago, and everybody was going live. I think they were calling it like Truth Bomb Tuesday or something like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go live. I have to go live. And if I remember right, one of the very first times that I went live, I walked around my house pacing for probably about 4 hours before I actually decided to go live. And within that time, I'm like showering, I'm like getting a full face of makeup, I'm making sure my hair is blow dried and straightened, and it was just totally absurd now looking back at like how perfect I thought I had to be. And it was the winter, you guys, and I went outside and I was like hanging out with my horses, and I'm like, oh yeah, Truth Bomb Tuesday, I need to do this and this and this. And everybody loved the video, but I tried to make it seem just flawless, when really it took me a whole lot of prep time and a whole lot of guts to even push go live. It was terrifying. It was so terrifying. So I want to challenge you always, because I would not be doing my job if I wasn't challenging you. I want to challenge you to go live. And if you're scared, go live in the Badass Village and just share a few things about yourself. I'm going to give you things to talk about so that you can go live in there and not have to be like, what do I say? What do I talk about? So the first thing I want you to do is just simply say your name and where you're from. So for me, hi, I'm Sasha Davis. I'm from Northwest Iowa. Boom, done. Next, in your live video, I want you to talk about who you are and what you do. Okay, so you can say like, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm an adrenaline junkie, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a confidence coach, I help women in life and sales, yada, 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 whatever that looks like for you. And then lastly, I want you to tell me what your top 3 goals are from now until the end of the year, either in your personal life or in your business life. So I'm going to tell you some business goals just because when I say things out loud, they tend to manifest much quicker. And one of the goals that I have is to actually, I am relaunching my Confidence Academy. This is the third year of my group program, and I'm super stoked about it. I've been just tweaking it year by year, and I'm not going to go off on a sales pitch because that's not the purpose of this, but let's just say that I am beyond excited for this next round of the Confidence Academy. And so I'm pouring my heart and soul into it, and relaunch starts June 1st. So I have a whole bunch of goodies and bonuses for anybody who signs up before June. And that's one of the big goals that I'm working on right now. Now, my other two goals in my business are doing the fall retreat. So I'm going to be hosting a fall tropical retreat for any clients, current clients, and or graduates. It is not open to the public currently. If I don't fill it with, like current clients or graduates, then I will open it up to the public. But I didn't have any issues filling the last one, and I don't anticipate any issues with filling this one. That may sound a little cocky, but I like to call it confidence, because I know that I'm going to fill it, because I'm going to pour my heart and soul into that too. And the last thing that I'm going to do, that's a big thing for me this year, is we had such success at the Courage Conference in the spring, just a few weekends ago, actually last weekend. I am going to be hosting a fall Courage Conference, and my goal is to have 200 people there. I need to find an event center that will host at least 200 people at this next fall event. So that is what I'm going to be working on. Stay tuned for details on those. But you can simply go live in the Badass Village and say that, so if you're a fitness coach and you have certain groups that are coming up, or you're writing a meal book, or you're hosting like a weekend workout, like whatever it is, talk about it. Let people know what you're up to. If you own a photography business and you're going to be hosting like mini sessions or something like that, put that in the group. Tell people who you are, what you're doing, and what your goals are for this year. Say, I want to, expand to this. I want to do that. And a lot of times when we speak truth into our goals, or just speak our truth about our goals, it helps us manifest them much quicker, and it holds us accountable because we know that we're saying it to other people and not just in our heads, which is why I post a lot of the things that I'm doing on my social media or on my live videos, or I talk about it in the podcast, because for me, I know how my brain works, and I don't have a high level of intrinsic motivation. I have very extrinsic, outward motivation. So like, people around me motivate me. My daughter motivates me. My group clients motivate me. My one-on-one, my husband, the people who follow me on my podcast, the people who follow me on social media, my neighbors, just like people in general motivate me. I am constantly inspired every day by those around me, which I've learned to turn around and motivate myself, inspire myself based on that. It sounds ass backwards, but that's how my brain works, and I know it. So I always declare my intentions to somebody else, to the world, to social media, to my husband, to my groups, to the masterminds that I'm in, whatever it looks like. I have to say it to somebody else to help hold myself accountable to a whole nother level, because I will make excuses. I will say there's no time. I will say there's no money. I will say I'm so tired, blah, 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 blah. I let all the excuses under the sun inhibit me from achieving my goals. So when I speak life into them, I hold myself accountable. Okay? And that's a form of you holding me accountable too, in a way, right? So how can we hold each other accountable? Go over to the Badass Village and speak truth to your goals. Let us know what you're up to, okay? It will be terrifying. If this is the first time that you've done it, your heart is going to be racing. You're going to be sweating. You're going to say, I can't. I don't know what I'm doing, blah, 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 blah. You're going to talk about, oh, the lighting's not perfect. And what if people judge me? Or what do I say? What if I stumble over my words? Like your brain is just going to go crazy. And your body's response is going to be like, you're dying. I'm dying right now. Somebody shoot me. I'm dying. And it's all just a lie. I want you to rephrase that nervousness, that anxiousness into excitement. So anytime I start to feel, palms sweaty, knees weak, that song, yeah, I I forgot the words. Anyways, anytime that I start to feel that way, I tell myself, I'm excited. I'm excited. This is just excitement. This is how I react to exciting things. And if you think about it, if you think of your physical body, a lot of times the responses are the same. When you're excited, your voice gets high, you get kind of shaky, your heart starts racing, your hands get sweaty. All of the same things happen when you're excited and when you're nervous, okay? It's just how you differentiate the two in your brain and the stories that you tell yourself. So, anytime you get nervous, I want you to say, I'm excited. This is just excitement, and this is how I react to excitement, and use that going forward. That's what I do. And another thing, if you guys want to know more, I'll just give you some quick tips about like if you're at another level with social media and you want to go live like more regularly, just be you, show up how you are, what you're doing. I'm a person that's really attracted to just like raw and real live videos. I don't really like the staged ones so much. I do like some live trainings every now and then where I'm like, oh yeah, this is really cool. This is, kind of formal. They have a structure for it, which is great. I do like those, but otherwise I like to just see people in the moment and kind of like what they're up to, and not a whole lot of prep work for it, just show up and be a human. Those are kind of my favorite ones. And so what you can do for that, share just pieces of your life, so you can share like, if you're into oils and things like that, you can share like a concoction that you've made. If you're into health and fitness, you can, show yourself going live cooking something. You can show yourself going live at the park with your kids. You can show yourself going live with like a certain video. You can go live with a friend now. You guys can like talk back and forth and interview each other so that it's not as scary. Like that's always fun too. When I go live, a lot of times I like to introduce myself in the beginning, because you never know who's going to be watching. So if you see me in most of my videos, I'm not going to say all of them because I'm not perfect, and honestly, I don't really remember, but my intention is to always introduce myself in the beginning of my videos by saying, hi guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Sasha Davis. I'm a women's confidence coach. And then I say what I'm going to talk about. So I'll say, I'm going to talk about overcoming fear. I'm going to talk about time management, or I'm going to talk about morning routine, and kind of setting the tone for what the live video is going to be. And then another thing that I like to do is to create engagement. Words don't come to me sometimes. And I do this by asking people like, hey, are you tuning in live? Drop a 1. Are you watching the replay? Drop a 2. Or tell me where you're from. And so people will comment on there. And essentially the more comments you get on your live videos, the more Facebook will reward you for that. Okay. So you always want to create some sort of conversation, some sort of engagement, tell people to like drop you a heart, drop you a hand. You can ask questions like, like where are you from? How many kids do you have? Or, if you're cooking a meal, what's your favorite meal? Have you ever cooked with this before? Or have you ever used oils before? Or what's your favorite workout? Or the list just goes on and on and on. There's a million things that you can do with live videos, which is why I find it so valuable to not only get your message out there, but to build your business too, and you can even do like a weekly show, because when you have something that's scheduled, a lot of times people will know that you're going to be going live like every Wednesday at 9 a.m. so they can look forward to that. I find that there's a lot of success in that too, and I have done that. Maybe I will start doing that again now that I think about it, because I actually really enjoyed I looked forward to those live videos. Maybe you guys did too. I'm just having like all these aha moments as I'm like talking to you guys. This is just real life. What else can you do with live videos? Keep telling people what it is that you're talking about. Sometimes people will tune in the middle, or they're tuned in the end. So don't feel weird if you're repeating yourself a couple of times. It's actually totally normal, and people often take some time to process. So it's okay if in the beginning you talk about time management and writing down all your goals. And then you say it again, like, oh, don't forget about, like, in the beginning, we talked about time management and writing down your goals, or anything like that. It's okay to repeat things a couple, 2, 3 times. It just reiterates what it is that you're talking about and gives people the opportunity to know what you're talking about who are hopping on late. And so you're giving those people the opportunity to catch up and be where everybody else is, or just view the video from then on out. And you can always ask people to share on their timeline or in a group that they're a part of. That way, if they found it valuable, they will feel like they need to share with their friends, because their friends need to know this information. And then you, in turn, get more views, more followers, more leads on your business. And then the last thing that I'm going to leave you with as far as Facebook live videos go, or even Instagram live videos go, is I try to save every single video that I do so that I can repurpose it. I'm all about working smarter, not harder, and repurposing content. So before you publish a live video, there's a little save button up in the right hand corner, there's a little save button. You want to make sure that you click that. Okay. That way you can upload it to, YouTube or your IGTV, or you can save the audio from it, or you can, repost it in different areas. You just never know when a video like that can become useful, or you can even like save it and tweak it. And I don't know, there's just tons of things that you can do with live videos. So make sure that you're saving them so that you can repurpose them. All right, and I have one last story for you. So before I let you go, I do want to tell you that no matter what, it's all going to be okay. I know sometimes it just seems so scary and you're like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, this seems just impossible. But when you start to prove to yourself that the, quote, impossible is actually really possible, you start to really build that confidence muscle, okay? And then you can start using that in every area of your life. You just baby steps, overcome fear. I'm not asking you to go out there and do a 20 or 30 minute live video. I'm asking you just to go on and do a 2-minute live video and just tell people who you are, what you do, and what your message is. What are your goals? People are never going to know unless you give them the opportunity to listen. Okay, I hope this makes sense. So the last story I want to leave you with is I gave a speech when I was in middle school. I want to say, I think I was in 6th grade, and I gave a speech on how to put your hair up in like these little twisty things with butterfly clips. I don't know why I was really into butterfly clips when I was like 12 years old. It was a thing. Don't judge. Now I don't wear any clips. But I was terrified. It was awful. I was shaking. I had like somebody up there even like helping me, like be a volunteer so I could like do their hair for them. And I was sweating so bad. It was awful. It was like the worst experience. And even top it off, I freaking failed that speech. I did not pass that speech. It was just awful. And from then on out, I said, I'm never doing another speech again. This is awful. This is horrible. Who in their right mind would want to give a freaking speech? This is insane. And so I said I was never going to embarrass myself like that again. I went through all the rest of middle school and all of high school without giving another speech. I was done with it. I was like, this shit is for the birds. But then I got to college, and in order for me to continue my education with my psychology degree, I had to do public speaking. Not only public speaking 1, but public speaking 2. I had to take 2 public speaking classes, you guys. Like, can you even believe this? I thought I was going to die. I was done with it. I was just like, I'm failing. Like, I'm done with school. This is it. I don't need to graduate. Nobody needs a degree. What is this? This is insane. I can't do this. And so I finally talked myself into, and that was before I even signed up for the class, you guys. Like, I didn't even sign up for the class yet before I was losing it. All's the I don't even know what they're called. The people who help you sign up for classes, I'm having a brain fart. Those people said, you need to take speech. And I was like, nope, not doing it. Peace out. I'm done. I quit. Running away. And then I was like, okay, you've spent a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy into getting this degree. You really find this stuff fascinating. You just get over yourself and figure it out. And so I signed up for class. I had absolutely no idea that the very first freaking day of class, our teacher would make us do an impromptu speech. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Seriously, an impromptu speech the very first day. I thought I was going to die. And so I was one of the first people up there, if I remember right. And I was panicking. I was losing my mind. And all I remember is like my speech was about cars in wintertime. I don't know why. But we had to like pick these topics out of a fishbowl and then create like a persuasive speech on these two topics. And oh my gosh, I did it. And it was great because I didn't even have time to like overthink about it or like prep for any of it. Like you just had to go up there and you just had to do it. And I thought, this is genius. This is genius. And so I ended up doing really, really well in speech class because every week we had an impromptu speech. And those were the ones that I was best at. The ones that I didn't have to prep for, that I just had to go up there and do it. And the more I did it, the better it got. This is where that progress, not perfection, comes in. Because when you just get out of your own way and just keep moving forward, keep progressing, it becomes easier and easier and you get less caught up in that whole perfectionism game. And I want to encourage you guys that whether you feel called to do, public speaking or live videos, anything like that, just know that these skills and strategies will help you communicate your message more effectively with your audience and those audiences around you. It will help you to introduce yourself in an event where you meet tons of people, networking events, things like that. Or if you're just out and about having conversations with people, public speaking, going live, these confidence building strategies will help you be able to communicate to everybody who it is that you are and what it is that you do. And each time that you do that, it will become easier and easier and easier. And before you know it, your network will grow, your tribe will grow, your community will grow. People will start to refer you because they're going to be like, oh yeah, I met Sasha at the grocery store. She said she was a life and business coach. I know somebody who needs those things. And so then they'll send them my way. Okay? Opportunity and possibility is all around. You just have to open your mind to it and get out of your own way. Rephrase that fear into excitement. Use it as a compass and just take action. The quicker you do it, the less you think about it, and the more things you will complete and get done and accomplish. And before you know it, it's going to be the end of the year and you're going to go, holy smokes, I did a whole heck of a lot of shit this year. Okay? So I hope you found some value in this episode. If you enjoyed it, if you want to hear more things about this, please hit me up on Instagram. I love it over on Instagram. You can follow me at sasha.davis. Let me know what your takeaways are, what you want to hear more about. You can ask me anything about my personal experiences. I would be happy to share any and all of the things. And if the Confidence Academy spoke to you in any way, shape, or form, if you were like, hey, I wonder what that's all about, I'm going to ask you to head over to sashadavis.com/apply now, fill out the application, and let's talk. Okay? It's just a conversation to see if this program is a good fit for you. And if not, we'll make some recommendations on where to start and we'll go from there. No harm, no foul, easy peasy, okay? But we are relaunching the Confidence Academy and we will be starting in June. So there are bonuses for anybody who signs up prior to that, okay? There is limited availability for this program. I am not about to let everybody and their mom in there. I want a specific type of go-getter woman who is ready to level up her life and her business, overcome fear, and be the most confident version of herself. We're going to have tools and strategies and mindset. There's going to be sales scripts and specifics on how to, get yourself on the news station, how to host events, how to have these conversations, how to start conversations, how to put yourself out there, how to have these meaningful, deeper conversations with anyone and everyone, okay? Being able to just show up as your most authentic self and not have to second guess who it is that you are or what it is that you are doing. Again, if this calls to you, head on over to sashadavis.com/apply now. Let's get on the phone. Let's just talk about it. Okay. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Go out there. I want to see all of your live videos. I want to see all of your Instagram videos. Tag me. Let me know what you're up to. I can't wait to see what you do this year. All right. Have a kick-ass day. We'll talk to you later.